Hello everyone, my name is Munira Jahaya and I work with the digital and operational risk management team of the bank.
Hello everyone, I'm Imanola Tijani. I lead the card propositions and partnership department here at Sterling Bank. In English, that means that I'm responsible for creating card products and services that exceed our customers' expectation. Before then, I worked as a product marketing manager for our SME products, and there you have it. That's who I am.
Hi everyone, my name is Chibukeze Vivian and I am the product manager for Data Bank. Previously, I was the product manager for CBH, which is the business hub. Yes, so in that other role, I was able to support businesses with business tools and all the resources they need to help their business thrive and make profits.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayode Jajismobi and I'm the product manager for Banker.
Okay, hi, my name is Die Kolola Defora. I work with Sterling Bank as a product manager for Banker.
Hi everyone, my name is Mosimi Oluwa-Ogo and I handle product marketing for the business product team here at Sterling Bank. Essentially what I do is I tell the product story to prospective customers and internal teams. So I have to understand the product's value proposition, products here being Banker and our other suites of business products, and then turn it into compelling messaging to our prospective customers, existing customers, and internal teams so they also understand the value that this product brings to them.
Hello, my name is Bolale Taising and I lead the business products team here at Sterling Bank.
It was fun, very collaborative, great team generally.
My time as the product marketing manager of the business products team was empowering. I'll describe it as empowering for two reasons. Then they used to call the team Spice Girls because they all were girls or ladies, and working with a team of women who were getting the job done was really empowering. Second reason why it was empowering was because I could see the outcome of what I was doing. I could see what I was putting in and what we were getting out of it. I could see the impact on our business customers. So for those two reasons, I would say my time there was really empowering.
Yes, so I work in a team that mainly comprises of women, more of women than men. And in that team, we have strong women, resourceful women, women that know what they need to do and they get the job done. And so it's empowering to be in that space. I mean, these women, they are not just there, right? They're not just doing these things because they get paid to. They are passionate about what they do. So being in that space makes me feel really, really good and it makes me want to do more. Yeah.
Being in the SME business space is intriguing. Why? Because I get to bring out my business side into the product. I get to showcase all my business knowledge, right, that I have with the business products team. So far, I would say that working within the business product team here at Sterling Bank has been highly fulfilling. I think Emanuela already mentioned that we're known as the Spice Girls because we are a female-led team. We are made up of more females, and I would say that here, your ideas are not just welcome, they are actively encouraged. If you have an idea and you share it with the team, everybody's rushing with feedback, trying to see how to refine your ideas and make it the best version of what it already is. And beyond just making it the best version of what it already is, everybody works together, striving to ensure that there is, excellent execution of your ideas. So I'll say that working within this team has been, fulfilling. Yes.
Being a woman in the business products team, for me, I think it's really not about gender, but then there's this level of empowerment, understanding the fact that a woman is able to lead and being trusted enough to actually lead a team, ideating on products, building products, staying close to businesses, and sort of trying to understand their pain points and solving for it. It's a level of empowerment for me, being in this role and being able to handle this. And surprisingly enough, we also have more women on the team as well. So let's just say women empowering women to build better products for businesses.
Just like I said before, the SME business team, the way the team is, there's not how everyone feels it. Or let me speak for myself. I feel heard because the leadership, the team members, we all work like a family. So we get to discuss all ideas. No idea is too small. And particularly for me, I was fresh in the product management world, but it didn't feel like that because I was well integrated into the team, very well embraced, even though I wasn't a project manager per se, but my experience that I had in my previous role were infused into what the business was doing, and I didn't feel left out at any point.
With the team then, everyone had a voice. Everyone's voice was heard. So if you had any idea about a program, a product, or how we should do things better, you simply spoke up and, everyone pitched in their ideas to make it better. And that was it. So it was, you just knew that you had a voice, and you knew that you could run to your colleagues and tell them things without second guessing yourself and wondering if, you were really saying the right thing. There were also two myths that we shattered completely in that team. One of the myths was that women can't work together. But really, we shattered it. The Spice Girls, everyone really worked well together. The second, if you are familiar with the product management world, they would usually say that a product manager can't really work well with a marketer or a product marketing manager. But I had the best collaboration ever, working with the product manager who was in charge of the suite of products in the business products team. So I'd say empowering all the way, again and again, empowering.
So the team creates an environment where I feel heard, where I feel supported. I mean, in my journey so far, I can say that the team actually contributed to my growth, where I could reach out to anybody within the team to say, oh, can you help me with this? How do I do this? And I get a response. I'm not being turned away, or I'm not being laughed at or anything. I get the support I need to do whatever I want to do. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm so happy to be part of the team.
In the business product team, an open door policy is maintained where all our ideas are valued and are heard. It's safe to say that on this team, we listen. No idea is a waste.
Okay, working in the SME business team and was a whole new experience for me, and it's been a good one so far. And I've been learning different things that has to do with product management, managing payment solutions, lending solutions that speak to SME businesses and the whole business group as a whole.
Here at Sterling Bank, I would say that collaboration thrives. Sterling has created a culture where it's easy to collaborate with other members of your team. So ideas are not judged by who brings them forward, but by merits, by how good they are, by how viable your ideas are, right? And it has created an environment, where people find it very easy to share what they have in mind.
I was new in the product management field, but just in a way to challenge me, which I really appreciate up until now. I was tasked to come up with a user journey map, which was entirely new to me. But every step of the way, there wasn't anyone in the team that I couldn't speak to. Up until the team lead, like the unit head, I could share my ideas, run it by her, and she was always very approachable and willing to give guidance. So that means a lot to me.
Okay, there are many of them, but I'll share this one that stands out. I can literally remember it. There was a time I had an idea for a program for small businesses. And, I spoke to the team to say, here is my idea. Everyone, went back with it, came back with more ideas on how we could make it better. And, I'm very happy to say that idea came to fruition. We had the first edition of the program, and now working towards a second edition of the program. So it's clearly visible that, your ideas are heard and you could really, really make a difference with whatever it is that you have to offer.
Yes. So previously I wasn't into product management. However, I transitioned into that role last year, and I must say it has been it has been a very interesting role, very challenging, but most importantly, I am so happy to have ventured into that role. And that was because when I transitioned into that role, I had the right support from my supervisor, the person that was ahead of me, and she really provided me all the knowledge, all the resources for me to be able to thrive on that role. So it was a very, very happy experience.
So most times people say it takes a village to raise a child, but it's safe to say that in the SME team or in the business products team, it takes every one of us. We support each other. I'll share a moment. Personally, 2024 was one of the most difficult years that I had when it comes to balancing personal life and work-life balance, right? But I would say with the help of my colleagues, with the help of people around me, right, it was seamless and it was easy. And I'm very grateful today.
In my 7-8 months within the bank, I'd say that one moment that stood out for me was when I was entrusted with the responsibility of handling the Start to Scale Summit, an event for business owners, as at the time when I just joined. So from strategy to execution, I was entrusted with the full responsibility of that. But I realized in that moment when I was given that responsibility that I was not alone. I mean, I had the full backing of my Spice women, right? They gave me all the support I needed when we needed to have meetings to sync on what was achievable, what was next on our plans. I got their full backing, and it just made me realize that, yes, I belong in this space and I'm actually in the right place.
Financial Holdco as an organization is one that is very committed to women development, not just women, employee development in all sphere of their life, from personal to career to, every way possible. So if I would name a few, we have the Sterling Women Development Program. There's Bloom Network, and I particularly have benefited from Bloom Network, which is where I got a mentor, a female mentor that I could speak to, that was very accessible, a leader that I could speak to about both personal and career issues, and she was always very available to help. And aside that, I'm also a beneficiary of Sterling Management Development Program, one that helps build future leaders, not just within the bank, but in the world. So yeah.
Sterling Bank leads the pack when it comes to women empowerment, but I share 2 major ways that the bank has helped me thrive. Those 2 ways are, number 1, training, and secondly, leadership. I was a beneficiary of the Sterling Women Development Program, a program for mid-level female professionals to polish their leadership skills and gain opportunities that will help them move ahead faster. And that has been a life-transforming program. I've also been a beneficiary of, leadership opportunities, just having someone who makes you raise up your hand when there are opportunities to step into. I mean, I've had 3 transitions in 3 years, after a stint as, an executive support professional. And within those 3 years, I've taken 2 leadership opportunities that I really do not have any previous experience in. So having someone to say, you can't do it, raise up your hand for it and go for it, makes a difference. And that's what Sterling gives you as a woman.
Some of the ways the bank has supported, for example, we have the Bloom Network, we have the Sterling Women Development Program, where women like myself and women out there can actually apply to the program, and they get to be mentored on leadership roles and how to navigate leadership in whatever space they find themselves in. And for the Bloom Network, it's just a community of women that supports other women out there. They do outreaches, they do a lot of things, even fun activities, just to support women, not just in Sterling, but also outside Sterling.
Sterling Bank as a whole
is a bank. Personally, I would say it's a bank for women. Because in Sterling Bank, we have the Momship Academy, we have Bloom Network. We personally created a one-woman card. We have women in tech. We have a lot of programs targeted at women in Sterling Bank.
Okay, within the bank, there are various programs that speaks to women being able to thrive within the work space and environment. So programs like the Bloom Network, One Women in Business for businesses that are really and solely owned by women, and also the Sterling Women Development Program that speaks to women within the career space, both within the bank and outside the bank, to also apply and be able to grow in any aspect of their careers.
I know that Sterling actively invests in the growth of women within the workspace. I know that there are trainings, there are leadership sessions, there are mentorship programs, ensuring that women have equal access to career growth opportunities in the workplace. Another thing I know and I see is the intentional efforts put into ensuring that women are placed in the rooms where key decisions are made within the bank. I feel like that representation matters, and yes, I'm pretty much excited about it.
The bank has wonderful initiatives for women. One of such initiative is the Bloom Network, which of course is targeted at women, where we get to learn, share insights, have that level of self-confidence and development, the different developmental plans. I was opportune to also be part of the Sterling Women Development Program. And it was such an insightful experience for me, because we were being shown that whilst a woman has a lot of responsibilities, balancing family, balancing life from your career, you're able to actually navigate this. And to be honest, anyone at the table, regardless of gender, also fights certain levels of battles, right? In terms of confidence, in terms of you feeling that you belong. And one thing I have taken out of it is that you actually do belong at the table. Just grab a chair and just pull it up to the table as a woman and lead.
So generally, there's still a lot to be done when it comes to gender equality globally. And to achieve that, and in line with the theme for this year, there has to be more conscious effort towards awareness around gender bias. We need to get to a point where we kill it entirely and we make conscious effort, from government policies to social policies, everywhere possible, to ensure that we kill gender biases and women are seen for the strength that they bring to the table. We recognize the strength in femininity. Thank you.
Okay. Some of the changes that I would like to see is more women in managerial roles. I know we've come so far from where we were, but I think there's still a lot that can be done to ensure gender equality in whatever space, whatever field that women, where men are, women can also dominate in such fields and areas.
I would say for us, in the business product team and in Sterling Bank as a whole, we would say we've met the par. However, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. We also need to create more executive director roles within the space, more managerial roles, more women in these top managerial positions.
While tangible progress is currently being made, there are a lot of companies out there that are striving to see women succeed within the workplace. I think that there's still a lot more to be done. I feel like, and I know that policies ensuring that women are genuinely cared for when it comes to work-life balance should be enforced, right? I don't want to go into the long line of all that means, but when it comes to genuinely ensuring that women have a work-life balance. I feel companies can do better with that. And I also think that women should be put in more leadership position. Like I said, Sterling, has created like an intentional path towards ensuring that women are, involved in key decisions that be made. But generally in the workspace in Nigeria, I think there's still a long way for us to go.
Okay, a piece of advice to women out there: you are enough. And it sounds cliche, yeah, but it's not. And think of yourself as that person, all that you embody as a woman, and see it as a strength, and bring to fore all those little tiny things that you do. The strength you put into those things can push you beyond what you can even think. So whatever you can conceive in your mind, just know that you can achieve it, and put in all of those strength, the strength you use in setting your home up, the strength you use in just putting your home together, you can bring it to the workplace and excel as well.
Okay, so it's interesting because I see myself as being in the product space in the banking industry. So I'm going to speak to women who want to be in the product management space as well as the banking industry. The peculiar thing about those two spaces is that there's so many reasons why you shouldn't be there. Many women say, I'm not techie enough, so I can't do product management. Oh, I'm not a techie person. Oh, I'm not a numbers person, so I can't do banking. Oh, banking has long hours, so I can't survive there. Many things that you've been told and many things that you believe are actually not the truth. So why not find out for yourself if it's something that you can do? Because many of our best experiences surprise us when we get into the middle of it. So just get into it and get it done. There is no techie person. There's nothing that you really cannot do. So just get into it and find out for yourself. Who knows, you just might love it more than you had thought that you would.
To achieve true gender equality, women need to break into more executive director roles. Confront your fears. Confront it. Break that doubt. Start afraid. Start scared. You can do it. In any aspect of career you want to face within the industry, I would advise any woman coming in to be yourself, be open to learning, invest in developing yourself in any aspect of career you want to face, and also be open to mentorship. This will actually help you grow.
I'll say that in my field, marketing, take up space. I mean, women tell the best stories in my own opinion, and marketing involves a lot of storytelling. Having to sell your product in a way that pleases your customer, that appeals to the ears of your customers. So do not think less of yourself. Take up space. Be confident in yourself. Do not wait for don't wait for people to nudge you to contribute. Be bold, innovative, be ready to make that change, and the sky is your starting point.
One advice I have for women who are trying to break into the industry, either in terms of developing products or even finding their niche within the financial industry sector, is learn. Keep learning and be confident, right? Be confident and be open to yourself. The truth of the matter is, regardless of gender, no one knows it all, right? But your confidence will lead you, and the fact that you're also learning along the line. Do not let that define you when you have certain road bumps, right, along your career line, and do not look at it as something, as an obstacle because of your gender. Just keep moving ahead. Just keep moving ahead.
Before I joined Sterling, I'd always had this mindset that 9 to 5 wasn't really for me, and I was scared that it would be a conventional thing. But I would say that my journey so far in Sterling has been very, very great. I mean, there's opportunity to grow. My employer actually provides the resources for me to grow through trainings, resources, and they always want you to keep up with knowledge trends in the industry. So I would just say, for women out there, don't think about it too much, just go into it, go for it, and there are other women in that space to support you on your journey.
Okay, so in one sentence, accelerate action to me, simply means let's take more action and talk less. Thank you.
So the thing is about accelerating action, and generally I think that we need to realize that true change begins with us. It's easy to think that gender equality and everything around gender parity exists outside of us. We're looking to another organization to empower women. We're looking to another body somewhere to speak about policies that favor women. But really, where it starts is with us. There are things that we can change, and we must start by changing those things. There are female leaders, male leaders who might be watching this. There is something that you can do to contribute to gender equality in your own space. So start there, while we then continue to advocate for policies that helps us to make those things we can change better. Whenever you talk about women, talks about pregnancy, annual, maternity leave, things like that men cannot really relate with will always come up. But let's focus on the things that we can change and continue to be advocates in our own spaces while we push further for those things that look to be a bit far out in getting changed. That's what I think.
To me, accelerate action means that you should not hesitate. Whatever you think you need to do, whatever needs to be done, just go for it and do it. Don't hesitate, just go for it.
What does accelerate action mean? I'll take Nike's tagline. Just do it. Take that step. Do it. I would advise every woman to be purposeful and determined to achieve any goal you set your mind towards.
To me, accelerate action is more than just an hashtag. It's about ensuring that gender equality goes beyond just a conversation, but it becomes a reality in the workplace. So beyond, the yearly rituals that we have, social media posts, everybody's shouting gender equality for women, is it really a thing that is happening in your workplace? So this year's theme is like a call to action for people, leaders in their different spheres to begin to think about areas in which they can create more opportunities and gender equality for women. So yeah.
Accelerate action, empowerment, empowering women as leaders to break that gender bias.